In this video, I will discuss the dream Mercedes that got away. A 7.4-liter V12 car that was once for sale on Craigslist for next to nothing, that today would be considered a six-figure collector's item if it wasn't for a tragic ending. RENNtech is a respected Mercedes tuner from Florida in the United States. One of their greatest creations was the SL74, a nearly 600 horsepower engine in the classic R129 SL. My first introduction to this car was in April of 2014. A RENNtech SL74 popped up for sale in Vancouver, BC. This was a special car for sale at an incredible price of $25,000 at the time, with about 50,000 miles or 80,000 kilometers. I did not have the means to buy this car at the time, and it seemed like a huge risk, and it was on the market for a few months at least. Fortunately, the guy who ended up buying it brought it to the German Car Festival the next year in Vancouver. Luckily, the YouTube channel Too Fast got some close footage of the car that day. So what is an SL74? It's based on a 1998 SL600, which was already considered a quick car at the time, with a 6-liter V12 with 390 horsepower and could do 0 to 60 in under 6 seconds. So the upgraded RENNtech SL74 was powered by their modified M120, bored and stroked to 7.4 liters with titanium connecting rods. The cylinder heads were ported and polished and received bigger valves. A high-flow exhaust system was also fitted. 575 horsepower and 594 pound-feet of torque was the result. Road tests from 1998 in Car and Driver magazine show that this car would do a 3.7 second 0 to 60 in a 12.1 second quarter-mile run, and could do a top speed of 192 miles an hour. At the time, German tuner Brabus modified M120s in a similar way to produce massive power. Brabus claimed 580 horsepower, which was about the same as RENNtech. Beyond the engine, the SL74 received transmission upgrades, extra coolers for engine oil and transmission fluid. A limited slip differential was also fitted, as well as upgraded brakes and RENNtech wheels. Suspension upgrades were included that also lowered the ride height. A vented hood was fitted, as well as different interior trim. Not all SL74s were equipped with all of these upgrades, but this Vancouver example had pretty much everything. In fact, this SL74 conversion was ordered in the year 2000 by the Griffith family, which owned the Vancouver Canucks hockey team from 1974 to 1997. The upgrades alone cost about $95,000 at the time, which is on top of the $130,000 for the car itself. Put that together and the cost is about $225,000, which is about 330,000 Canadian dollars before any taxes in the year 2000. Fast forward 4 years, and a 2004 forum post on MBWorld showed that the car had been imported to the United States and was up for sale for $55,000 with 38,000 miles on the clock. Eventually, over the years, the car came back to Canada and was for sale once again in 2014 for just $25,000 and was picked up in this Bring a Trailer article. While it was great to see this car in person in 2015, unfortunately by the end of that year, this car was written off in a collision and sold for only $15,000 on eBay. The damage to the car was not that extensive, and the engine was still running in this example. Reportedly, the car was exported to Poland, where hopefully it was rebuilt. Had this car not been crashed, today it would be easily worth over $100,000. In a 2020 Bring a Trailer auction, a 1998 SL74 with 50,000 miles sold for $90,000 plus a 5% auction fee. Considering that the Vancouver example was much more extensively modified by RENNtech, including things like wheels, brakes, and suspension, it would easily be a six-figure car today. Considering that one of AMG's SL73s recently sold for $200,000 despite nearly having 100,000 miles on the clock, the RENNtech car is still worth just under half as much as AMG's flagship SL. I think the biggest takeaway from this SL74 is that special Mercedes have dramatically shot up in value compared to 6 or 7 years ago. There is a lot more interest around old RENNtech cars, and rightly so. Anyways, that's it for this video. I'm planning on doing an R129 SL buyer's guide in the future, so definitely subscribe for more videos like this.